Thank you very much, guys. Job well done, casters. Well, that's it. Reason Gaming is still in the tournament. Unfortunately for Faculty, they're out. What did we gather from that last game? It was pretty much a lot more of the same for Reason Gaming and Faculty not really finding those champions, even though they got some comfort things like Zaz's Aurelia to get things going.
Yeah, I'm not even sure it's about the champions anymore. Faculty were outclassed, simple as it is, in both games yesterday and obviously, sorry, in the game yesterday and in the game today. Reason Gaming, they played well, take fun in the mid lane once again. Did a very good job, got a lot of picks. Celavar's been solid. I mean, all in all, Reason Gaming looked very good today. And now we have to see what they can do on Sunday.
I think it's obvious I was wrong. I was hoping, in my mind, Faculty was going to take this series based off the games yesterday. However, I think whoever's coming out of this series has gonna have a hard time facing off against the loser of H2K and Giants. Whoever team drops out there has a really good shot, I think, against Reason. Reason shown moments of good play, but also very sloppy play and just not secure, you know, not planned out. Just something happens, they react, but they're not planning ahead too much, and they will really need to start looking at that if they want to get into the LCS.
Yeah, it's very clear Reason has a lot of the right ideas, but they don't really know how to execute it properly. So they can set up a lot of wards around the dragon, but then they can't really pull the trigger and get that kill to start the dragon, and in the end actually end up losing it and just invest like 7 wards on it. It happens from time to time. All in all, though, I mean, they're all in potential, like the aggressive playstyle they do use when it comes to getting picks and starting team fights. It works as long as you can surprise the enemy team here and you are ahead from the laning phase, which they have been in these games. Clearly it paid off.
Let's actually take a look at the individual lanes and maybe what they can improve on and what they have been doing well. Starting off maybe in the top lane with Kuban, who will actually be joining us here a bit later to talk about that game. He didn't have that hard of a time this time versus Zaz's, but we don't know if he's going to be able to translate that tomorrow, on Sunday, excuse me, against either H2K or Giants. Maybe the gap there is a little too big.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw him yesterday, it was often the level 1 where he would fall behind because the enemy top lane would do a camp, be instant level 2, and he didn't really have a response to it. This series here, there's a lot of lane swaps going on, at least in 2 of the games, and Reason Gaming played them fairly well. They got a lot of farm on Kuban every single time, so he could actually do something with his champion in the laning phase, and that is super important because we know he's good, we know he can play the bruisers, and as long as he actually gets a decent laning phase, because it's not a jungle help he's getting. There's a lot of focus on the mid lane here from Reason Gaming, and the bottom lane will always do well in 2v2, so as long as the top lane, Kuban in the top lane gets a good enough start, we have seen him and he can do well.
Taking a look at the bottom lane, I was very pleasantly surprised by the Celavar and Libic combo. It just works fantastically well, those two, and Celavar is really able to step up.
Yeah, I think that's where they really need to get their power from in whatever opponent they get it. I'm thinking it's likely it'll be Giants, but under the assumption that it's Giants, I think that is where Reason can break open the game, because Giants bot lane usually was rather passive, didn't get too much attention because Giants played around the mid-top lane jungle combo, left their bot lane to their own device. If Libic and Celavar can break that open and translate that lead, they still have a chance. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
We can say the same for H2K. I mean, it wasn't the bottom lanes who made the big plays for either of those two teams. So if Libic and Celavar can win the laning phase, that is obviously a very big thing for Reason Gaming, and then the jungler can put all the attention on the solo lanes.
Yeah, we will see how that plays out in general. Very strong performance for them here, and actually we're now joined by Kuban, just coming fresh off that win. Welcome, Kuban. Congratulations, you are going through the Sunday and still have a chance on qualifying back in the LCS. What were your general thoughts on this series, especially knowing that yesterday things didn't go so well for you guys?
To be honest, yesterday we didn't analyze anything. We just played what we like in solo queue. So today we were prepared.
Better prepared. We heard the Fisho talking yesterday about the fact that you personally had a little bit of a trouble in that top lane, maybe getting behind in the beginning of the game. You didn't actually rewatch that because it seemed like you were on top of things a lot more today.
Yeah, it was not about abusing Kinaru. We thought he's OP and we just tried to abuse him, and it didn't work for us.
Yeah, definitely the adaptations coming in. Well, you guys will be going to Sunday. We'll be playing or H2K or Giants. I presume that you will be watching the other games, or the games of today and the games that they play here later today to get into that match. How realistically do you think the chances that you will still be able to qualify? How much work still has to be done?
I think 50-50. I think we'll face Giants again, and I hope we will beat them.
Gentlemen, is there anything you want to ask Kuban?
What do you think is the one thing you have to change coming to the next match? Like what day one went so wrong, and what are you going to fix for Sunday?
I think we need to focus more about let's say, abusing kills. If we kill someone or just win teamfight for 5-0, we usually just go back. So that's bad, and we need to fix it.
Yeah. What do you actually think is the strongest point about your team? Because when we watch you play Lip against Celebi, they do really well in the laning phase, and your team fight's always good. What do you think is the strongest?
I think we have really skilled players like Taekfan. If he's one-on-one, he beat almost everyone. And also our bot lane is quite strong.
Who's doing the shot calling right now for Reason?
Everyone, and if it comes, like, let's say, to side or not shot, I'm trying to.
Yeah. All right, yeah, because actually you guys have, the team has been very much changed up. How is the dynamic within the team now? Do you think that this is some team that can go very far? Do you have a good communication across all levels?
Yeah, we don't have any problems with communication.
All right, well, you obviously don't. Congratulations, Kuban. Thank you very much. We're going to take a short break in a minute, but when we come back, we'll be starting off with the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. Let's bring up the schedule to take a look at what we've been seeing today. We will have two best-of-3s, two best-of-3 quarterfinals, starting off with Team Roccat versus the Dolphins of Wall Street, followed by Aces High taking on Team Dignitas. The Intel Extreme Masters Cologne will start off right after this.